Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
10 at the 25-yard line.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Winston. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Cook, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
With the score,
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. From the gun, here's Cousins. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. The drive will start with Connor, and he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On 2nd and 7, Winston. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Right back to Connor here on 1st. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, They also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Winston, and that is incomplete. Anthony McFarland was the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Caught left side, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
2nd and
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Cousins throwing quickly out for Jefferson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
18 on the play.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Connor, the ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 38, Winston. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
Brings up
the scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Winston. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 20. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take up. To the 2-minute warning.
Tackle made back at the 17-yard line.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
Taken down at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 13.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He can run for it, and he will. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
On the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It got his man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 43 yards.
First down, Vikings.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's a quick throw to Thielen. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. And whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
James Conner, the ball.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the 9.
To throw on 2nd down. Vote. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Danielle Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Cook following the penalty. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Ball carrier.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
An 8-yard
a first down from Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. They'll run on first down. Cook. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Bailey for the Vikings field goal of 36 yards.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, and no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
23-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. DJ Wadham in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Vogt. Able to hit his target, Claypool. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Complete to Chase Claypool.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Cook. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, You can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Vogt. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. But it'll be 2nd down. So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On the handoff, Connor. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
right?
Get
your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 31-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
A gain of
well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Cousins. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down. Back to the ground, Cook. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action, but other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Cousins gets this one out wide quickly. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
It's a loss.
That was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Brought down back at the 14-yard line.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
On the stop. Brings up third.
Throwing on third and long. Vote. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Intended for.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
At their own 41-yard line.
Come on now, let's make it happen, baby. Let's make it happen.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. So still 14 yards to go, second down. Cousins gives way to Cook. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.